Hello and welcome to another episode from Marriott Culture Talks. Today we have a special guest. We have Ayesha Motiwala. I don't know if I pronounce it well, from Ritz-Carlton, DIFC. She is the Assistant Learning and Development Manager, been with the hotel for the past 1 year and a half, and with Marriott for 5 years. Welcome, Ayesha.
Thank you so much, Tariq, and I'm so glad to be here with you today.
That's an honor. All right, Ayesha, let's hit it and let's start. Tell us a bit about your journey with Marriott.
Well, where do I begin from? The journey has been nothing but beautiful, and I'm so proud and happy to be a part of Marriott. And as we were talking about, I also really feel that I am a big ambassador of the culture of Marriott, which I look forward to discussing with
That's
you
the
in this
topic.
podcast. So, yes, I'm actually a culinary graduate. So, I started my journey in culinary and with the amazing opportunities that I got across different brands in Marriott. I actually grew up to being a learning and development leader. I've also handled quality for a certain amount of time. So, and it's been a great journey so far, learning across different premium and luxury brands in Marriott. And I wouldn't want it any other way.
Very good. Perfect. So I would say that it's a success story from bakery to trainings. That's a great journey. Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
what took you out from the kitchen?
What took me out from the kitchen? That's actually a very interesting story. So, once upon a time, back at my days with Indore Marriott Hotel, where I was working in the bakery department, it was my first job and my first hotel, which I was very fortunate to start my career from a Marriott hotel, which was the first one for me. And I also, in my free time back in those days, I used to make a lot of YouTube videos. I would I used to be a co host for a talk show. I used to do a lot of things. And fortunately, back at that hotel, I had an amazing training manager, Mr. Ramesh Zaidi, who I can now publicly thank. He's now the Director of Training and Quality for JW Marriott Maldives, another Marriott success story.
Thank you,
And
sir,
he
for
was the
this talent
assistant. Yes.
acquisition.
So he was the assistant training manager back in those days at the property, and he would notice all the things that I did. He would watch my YouTube videos, and then one day he just walked past the bakery and he said that, you're not really made to cook, you're made to train people. So from
Okay.
tomorrow, please leave your chef coat at home and report to HR. So that has been a beautiful journey of transition since then, and there has been no looking back ever since.
Amazing. Good choice. I don't know if you have still the passion for cooking. Do you still have the passion for bakery and cooking?
Absolutely, but I leave that passion at home.
Okay, at home. Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you for very much for that. We're gonna be learning more about it and your experiences in the hotels that you worked in, and see the culture in it, which is the major topic that we are talking today about. So, tell us a bit about what do you do, your hobbies, and what do you do on your personal time?
Well, on my personal time, I love to go out and explore the city. I love going out. I'm a very adventurous outdoor person. I like to explore new places in the city. Window shopping, I go to almost every sale that happens
Window
in the
shopping.
city. Yes. For
Okay.
now, past couple of months, I've been trying to get my Dubai driving license. So, yes, that's a long road to go, but that's something. I also like to read. Being an L&D person, to be able to give out the knowledge, you need to take a lot of it in as well. So yeah, I have a
Very good.
little L&D library at home. So
Very
that's
good.
something I really enjoy doing out of work.
Would you like to tell us about a book that you advise us to read and explore?
There are so many books that I would ask people to read, but I think to begin with, and if people are looking for something basic, I would recommend Who Moved My Cheese, which is actually a
Oh,
pretty famous bestseller, and it explains change management in such a basic
simple
way.
way. Yeah, yeah.
In fact, using the same book, I even once created a storytelling training session on change management for all my interns.
Well done, well done. Great book, and the concept of the four different characters. So
Yes.
great, amazing. Thank you for the introduction. Any app? preference? Any app that you like or you feel comfortable to use and make a difference in your life?
Well, while we have a lot of apps that help us make life easier these days, I am a little old school and I like to make notes on my fridge that way.
Ah.
So my fridge is full of
Okay.
planners, calendars, to-do lists, checklists. But apart from that, something I've started using recently is the Guidance Now app by Marriott, which is
Yes,
the
yes,
Marriott
very good.
Associate Assistance Program, and I'm quite surprised by the facilities and features that it has.
Yes. That's a great initiative that Marriott MBC and the culture have implemented to all the associate in the UAE, which is the MAP, yeah, to support them on their mental
Absolutely.
well-being and financial, and also providing some legal advices. So thank you for highlighting that, and I'm sure that it's a great initiative, and I hope the people are enjoying, and are actually referring to when they need support.
Absolutely.
Good. So let's dig deeper in our topic, which is culture. Yeah, culture
Okay.
is our main topic, and the aim of this podcast and the interview is to spread positive culture, the Marriott culture that we want to
Right.
promote among our hotels, and introduce the team to different type of cultures, how people perceive it, the personal experiences of people that have good experiences or situations that passed through their journey and represent a good Marriott culture. What can you tell us about the culture in general? And you were selected as L&D because L&D is hand in hand with the hotel management and HR to spread the culture. So what can you tell
Certainly.
us about it?
Absolutely. But before I tell you about culture, I have some interesting stories to share, which also, highlight how I came here and how I reached and grew through my journey in Marriott. So I told you about how I shifted from culinary to L&D, and
I
later
saluted
when
the
I
gentleman.
yes.
Yeah,
Because overall in my journey in Marriott, I have been super grateful to have worked with amazing people, amazing mentors, and leaders along the way. There was this time when, after Indore Marriott Hotel, I had shifted to Mumbai and I was looking for a role over there. And I happened to just pass by the hotel Western Mumbai. And at that time, they did not have any opening in L&D, any role. I just went and we had a nice conversation with the DHR, and she really liked my energy. And then she said that, okay, I'll create a role for you, you stay. So that was
wow,
just one part. And then after that, I got an opportunity to take an internal transfer from India to Dubai to JW Marriott Marquis, which is an iconic property and
really
a dream for many people.
nice. I work
So
there.
yes,
Yeah,
oh, it's an amazing
yeah,
property. And then after that, after almost 1.5 years in that property, it was always my dream to be a part of the ladies and gentlemen of the Ritz-Carlton. I always wanted to work for a Ritz-Carlton once in
the
my life.
luxury piece. Yeah,
Actually, and once the opportunity came up, I applied. I came here for an interview, and one of the highlights that I always remember from the interview with May, the previous DHR at the time, was when the entire interview went well, and at the end she asked me that, "Oh, by the way, how old are you?" And I got a little hesitant. Oh, I'm 22, and she said, "Coming for an L&D manager, 22. You're younger than the intern in my team." And after a couple of days, thankfully, I got the role. So that is, just in a gist of how inclusive, supportive, and non-judgmental the Marriott culture is. And as we say, when people feel valued, they create value. And at
very
the
good.
end, that is what we want, right?
Great stories. Yeah, I didn't want to mention you mentioned your age in public, but it's okay.
No,
That's a
that
choice.
was previous age, so
Ah,
it's
yeah,
fine
yeah.
now.
Okay. Not long time ago. All right, good.
Not long
So
ago.
I would say that you have mentioned about the culture of opportunities. That's where Marriott have, and definitely the managers that saw something special in you have lived the culture of opportunities, and they believed in you and gave you this opportunity. And here we come. You are glowing and you are doing great in what you're doing. So well done. And that's one side of the culture that we want to talk about, giving opportunities to our team members. Great.
Absolutely.
So we want to thank the leaders that have trusted you, and we want to give advice to all the leaders around the globe or especially in UAE, to keep an eye on the talents that they are working with, to see what's special about them and give them the opportunity to grow, like you have done, that the managers have done to you and gave you the opportunity, and you proved them right. You proved them right.
I will look at your bakery department
Yeah, yes, okay. Not only there, it's all over the place. We have
all
talents
over.
all over the place. I'm 100% sure. All what we need to do is be around with our team members, give them opportunity, trust them, take the risk, and I'm sure that they will be grateful, like you are, to the leaders that you worked with. Yeah, so amazing
Absolutely.
story, and that's one of the essence of this podcast is creating the culture of opportunities, which is Marriott.
Always.
Next, I heard that you are good in the gym and the wellness and the sports
Trying
in
to
the
get
office.
there.
So, what kind of culture we can spread in regards to wellness, and how what can you talk about, and how are the team perceiving that in your hotel?
So I believe culture is not just about what we say, it's about what we do everything every day. The little
Yep.
things that we do every day. Even if it means somebody is not feeling great and you put on some music, or maybe you just get somebody a cup of coffee, or just genuinely ask someone, how are you doing today? I think every little thing that you do for someone, and all of these things, little things that come together, put together, create that beautiful culture that we have. So yes, I believe wellness, fitness, or just laughing out together in the morning, all of that comes under wellness and the beautiful culture that we have,
It's
and
a
what we can
caring
do for
culture.
each other every day. But that's
Caring
what
culture.
how it's always said that people might forget what you do, but they will never forget how you make them feel.
Correct. Amazing. A great example. So the caring culture can cover a lot of sections that we can do on day to day to make a difference in the life of others. So great.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Since you're an expert in L&D, yeah, it's part of your job, can you tell us a little bit about how L&D as a function, yeah, with you and with other fellow L&D team members, how would that help cultivating this caring culture, supporting culture, opportunities, and so on? How can you describe the learning and development input in the culture?
So I believe learning and development is an area where fortunately you get a lot of chance to have an impact on people,
Yes.
to share your knowledge, to talk, especially me. I love to talk. So, that's why I'm here. So I think in L&D you get that opportunity to make a difference. And as it said, success, it's not just about the position that you hold, but the difference that you make.
Yeah.
And it's always also about what somebody does for you. It's always a chain. Now in my initial days, I had a lovely training manager who took me into L&D, taught me, and later when I was leaving that hotel and they needed a replacement, I saw a lot of potential in somebody who was in housekeeping. So I took him in, I trained him, and I leave. So what somebody does for you,
Wow.
you
Yeah.
do
Pay it
that
forward.
goodness to somebody else. It's a chain, it
Yeah.
never
Yeah. Yeah.
stops.
Very good.
So it's always about pulling. When you reach the top, you give out a hand, you pull somebody else up. So what can you do for others, what can you do to empower others, to give opportunities? And in L&D you have 10 times the scope of what I'd say a lot of other people have. How passionately you take your trainings, what you talk about, the power you have to motivate others. As it said, joy is, it's not in things, joy is in us. And how passionately you can share your passion with others. For me, I love taking trainings. I mean, you wake me up in the middle of the night and say, Aisha, go take a training. I would love that, because I'm super passionate about what
Yes.
you
It's
do.
very
So
obvious. Yeah.
that's what I'd say. Be passionate about your job, and things will go well.
Amazing. So just to recap and give some request to all the L&D team, to make a difference in the life of others, as they have the access to the all associates when they are coming to them to the training room, so they can spot as well the shining stars among the team, and mainly maybe have a discussion with their leaders and try to support their career progression. And I want to highlight as well, from my experience, the glory and the impact of cross training, which is driven by the L&D and supported by the department. We have numerous number of people that started something with the help of the cross training and the exposure, and definitely the support of the leaders of both departments. Now they are somewhere else and they are living the dream, or the job that they have been studying, but they do not have chance to work with it. But with Marriott, with the cross training, with the help of the leaders, with the great cultures that supports everything, they are now in a great spot where they are pursuing the dream job that they have. And I have example I was dealing with yesterday. Someone in housekeeping studied masters in finance. He didn't have opportunity in his country. He came up for any job, and now he did cross training, and now they are in finance department. So the whole cycle and everybody coming all together with the opportunity culture would create a great opportunities and careers for the team, and definitely loyalty and the love to Marriott that we are all having.
Absolutely. I couldn't
Yeah.
agree more with that.
Amazing. Thank you. Let's move on, and we see how is the impact of luxury on culture. Yeah, I know that you worked with a premium, you worked in luxury. So, do you feel any difference, luxury culture in a certain hotels or versus the select hotels? How do you see it?
Well, I believe luxury, yes, when it comes to standards, when it comes to the clientele that you have, there is always a difference. And that's why we classify it separately as premium and luxury. But when it comes to the put people first culture, I think that is something common
Everywhere.
across every brand of Marriott. I will not never say that Ritz-Carlton loves its people more than Sheraton does. No, we put people first in every brand of Marriott. So the love that I would have for my days back at Westin is the same that I would have for JW. But yes, I think it's the beautiful culture that we have all across Marriott.
Amazing. That's a great message to all the hotels and the teams that we all want to work in luxury, yeah, but the culture is spread across all hotels. Yeah, luxury has its own uniqueness, but the putting people first and the Marriott culture is spread across all the brands that we have.
Absolutely.
Great. Last part of the culture, we spoke about a lot of culture, but now since you belong to the Gen Z, yeah, I'm not. I'm very far from that. So we want to learn from you. How would
The heart has to be young. That's all that
okay,
matters.
the heart is there. Trust me on that. The heart is still Gen Z material, but the age is not. So, how can we uh, let the Gen Z believe in the culture? Yeah, we know how it's difficult or high maintenance or requires a different approach or mindset to address a Gen Z to keep them engaged in our hotel operation, enjoy what they are doing, and so on. Um, in regards to the culture, how do you think people in your age range would believe in a culture and feel it and live it? What can we do to make it happen? And that's definitely could be an eye opener to all the leaders that are managing people from Gen Z, how we can make our workplace more inclusive and spread a good culture among different range of generations.
Okay, that's a lovely question, and I think something that's super needed these days. So I'm going to
Yes.
answer that in two parts. So let's say first is I want to share something that I always share with any intern and all the Gen Zs that I have. And one line that I always tell them is that your mobile phones and your social media, it might connect you to the world, but real growth comes from connecting with people.
Okay.
So, in your free time, please don't sit in the cafeteria with your phones. Maybe talk to people around them. You might learn so much. You might make connections. Use that time. And there's so much that you can just be achieved through genuine connections with people, and not through your mobile phone. That's something I always tell them, and I keep sharing my story, or I tell them, it's a world of possibilities, as long as you have not just the ambition but also the patience, because these
Yes.
days our Gen Z
No
is very
patience.
ambitious, but
Yes.
the patience is something that is missing.
Yeah.
So it's persistence, it's consistency, and it's a lot of patience that is needed as well.
Very good. And it will
I
pay
think
off
that's all.
at the end, yeah? It
It
will pay.
does, it does,
It will pay
it
off, yeah? They
absolutely
need to give
pays
us some
off.
time, yeah? Give us some chance. It will pay off.
It does.
Yeah.
So I
Very good.
think that's what I would say to a Gen Z. But coming to the leaders that we have, thankfully, I think Marriott and most of the leaders that we have are super inclusive and have quite an open mindset. But what I would say is to try and understand what Gen Z needs, and why are they that way. If we were asked, let's say 20 years back, that okay, these are the number of working hours, or you need to have to finish these hours, I think a Gen Z person would say that, okay, but my work is finished. Why do I need to stay these hours if my work is finished? So again, it's also trying to understand on both the
Flexibility,
parts,
flexibility.
find a way between, and making the person feel heard. A lot of Gen Zs, they feel that they are not understood. So
Mm,
making a person feel heard, empathizing, and telling them that I am here to listen, I am here to understand, I hear you, I get you. I think that is something that most of us actually want as Gen Z,
mm.
as somebody to listen.
Great message. Noted. Noted. We'll try. We'll try. And my
And
fellow
you have been listening for the past 20 minutes, so
Yes.
thank you.
My fellow leaders handling Gen Z, please give them the patience and the flexibility, give them the flexibility and full understanding and hear them out. And I'm sure that they will understand what is waiting for them and how they can benefit from it on the long run. Yeah. It's not an easy journey. Yeah, but we have a very good examples of Gen Z that were determined and they want to pursue a good career, and somewhere a bit high maintenance, I would say, difficult to manage, but it's our job to contain and to make our workplace inclusive.
Again, embrace change is part of our core
Yes,
value at
for sure,
Marriott.
for sure. Great. Aisha, I really enjoyed the conversation. Thank you very much for
Likewise.
your time. Before we end, any final word for the team members that are joining newly to Marriott or starting their join Marriott and starting their career, and they are from Gen Z or around that age? What would be your final message to them about culture and about working with Marriott?
I think my final message in one line would be that your career is your journey. Your Marriott career is also your story. So make it worth telling.
Make the
I
best
enjoy
story.
sharing my story. Make it the
Make the
best story
best
and
story.
make it worth telling.
I love that. That's a great thing, and it will handle a lot of aspects and a lot of good memories and good journey. Perfect.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Aisha. Have a nice day,
Thank
and
you for
thank you
time
for
as
the
well.
input. Team, you heard Aisha, right? We want to create a great culture among our hotels and make it a great place to work. Thank you very much, and stay tuned for future episodes. Have a lovely day.